Hey, what's going on, guys? The Lang Banger here. Got a deck profile for you. It's going to be my first deck of the March 2012 format, and it's Tele-Dad. I decided to update this simply because we got emergency teleport back to 2 per deck. I suppose you could call this like psychic synchro. I mean, I'm sure you can think up a whole bunch of names for this, but I just decided to go with the Tele-Dad. This is gonna look the same for the most part, but we don't have 3D draw, 3 teleport, we don't have crush card anymore. I mean, there's a lot of missing stuff. Third malicious, so it feels right at times, but then majority of the time, that it just isn't the same. Now that doesn't mean that this deck isn't fun. It's definitely very fun to use. This is my first, you know, this is in the opening stages, I guess you could say. So, expect a update soon. We have 3 Krebins, 2 Valor, 2 Tomato, 2 Malicious, 1 Plague, 1 Gores, 1 Reaper, 1 Stratos, 1 Diamond Dude, 1 Monger, Sangin, Psychic Commander, and Silent Psychic Wizard. That's my monster lineup. I decided to switch things up a little bit. I mean, I'm sure, you could throw in the third Valor and then maybe like toss in the Blackluster Soldier as well, because I know people are going to make that comment saying, well, why not use Soldier and then, up to the Valor. Well, honestly, there was just like a lot of fun stuff that I wanted to put into this deck, especially the Psychic Wizard. You remove from play a Psychic in your graveyard when this card is normal summon. Then when this card leaves the field, you can summon the guy. So, it just opens up so many plays. More than likely, you're going to, well, not more than likely, but you're going to be bringing back this guy, the Psychic Commander, or Krebins. So, I mean, it just opens up so many different plays for synchro summoning and just having walls and stuff like that. Also, the Fearmonger, that's sort of the same thing. You're going to be getting a body back, and that allows you to have more stuff to synchro summon with. Now, I should say this deck is, I mean, it can do well at times, but at the same time, it's like you feel like something is missing here. Now, if you have the money, you can go out and get tour guides and put it in here. I mean, tour guide is good in literally everything. I mean, you should be able to tell at, from YCS results and stuff like that. You basically throw tour guide in everything just because it makes it that much better. It's a 1 card exceed, but then it's like stuff like this, you have to use multiple cards to going into a synchro. Once again, the deck is so fun, but, I just wanted to throw that out there. The Monger can grab your Malicious, and then, if you have a Krebins in hand, or, I mean, there's just so many scenarios you can have, so, the goal, obviously, with this deck is to just synchro summon like no other, so that's the monster lineup. Onto the spells. You have 2 Duality, you have 2 Teleport, you have 2 Destiny Draw, you have 2 MST, Dark Hole, Book of Moon, Allure of Darkness, Miracle Synchro Fusion, Monster Reborn, Scapegoat, Heavy, Rhoda, and Mind Control. Now, I know you guys are going nuts over some of these choices that I'm using here, but I know people are wondering about this. Why am I using this? This card is actually amazing. It brings out Ultimate Axe and Kicker, and he just, hey, if you use your imagination and think to yourself, hey, what does his name actually say if you like slur it, or like what's the first thing that comes to your mind? He's an ass kicker. I mean, there's no better way to put it. Now, you are forced to use some psychic synchros, but it's really not that big of a deal. I mean, Magical Android, it's okay. Thought Ruler Archfiend, it can be okay. I mean, there's so many psychic guys. I'm even using a life transfer right now just to get that life point payment back, in case I'm really low. If my opponent hits me with something big and then I play like a judgment or a warning after that. I mean, this card is going to be live more often than you want. Now, there may be some times to where you'll want to go into a psychic fusion or a psychic synchro, but that's not exactly like the best play. But it's like, instead of going in the Scrap Dragon or Stardust, doing like a really more stellar card, choice, you're basically picking some for this. I mean, it's definitely not bad because the Axing Kicker, I mean, he has a really good effect. He's indestructible, and he also has life point gain. So, I mean, that's just really neat. I believe that's it for the spells. You have 2 Torrential, you have 2 Warning, you have a Wind Blast, and you have Assault. I went with the Wind Blast just because I'm not overstacking my deck with Destiny Heroes to go with the Destiny draw. So, I mean, everyone knows who used to play, like, Wind Blast is so good. And plus, it's an out to whatever you want. I mean, that's a good way to sum it up. I mean, if your opponent has a monster, you can't get rid of it. Let's say you only have, like, Destruction or something, or, you can't get over his end mains, boom, you got an answer. I mean, it is a little slow nowadays just because you have to set it, but I really don't care. I mean, it's still a solid card. And especially if you're winning like huge, you can just Wind Blast at the end phase when your opponent's top deck and they set like a back row or a monster. It's like, okay, well, now I'm just going to lock you up basically. So that's my deck list for you. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. As I said, this is just, the beginning stage of this deck. I definitely want to tinker around with this as much as I can. I'm sure I'm going to test this on Dueling Network from time to time. Speaking of Dueling Network, I've just been really, really busy with stuff lately. I'm not sure if you guys would be okay with me doing deck profiles on Dueling Network. I did want to do maybe 2 deck profiles a week, or maybe like 3 every 2 weeks, something like that. And if you guys are okay with Dueling Network, I can definitely do that. But, if you guys just enjoy the actual cards in front of me, then, it may take a little bit extra time. I may not be able to get one up in a week just because it's hard for me to get a hold of cards anymore. I'm so busy, I just don't really have time to go to locals, as much as I used to. I mean, I still go the same days, but, I just need to, I just can't get a hold of this stuff, so, that's a good way to sum it up. So, the more time I'm at locals, the better chance I have of getting stuff, so, but anyways, enough of me blabbing on, 7 minutes. If you guys are still watching this video, you're my hero. Let me know what you guys think of this deck. Let me know if you guys would have any fixes for it. Like I said, beginning stage, so, I'm sure there's a lot of stuff you can mess around with and possibly make it better. Thank you guys for watching, and have a good day. Peace.